Hello and welcome to the Sidebar. Now, as we endure a bit of a break from Formula One, we've got a very simple question for our experts this week. Should we even have a Formula One summer break? Just to let you know before we get started, our contributors are asked to keep their contributions to roughly 1 minute. Now, Tom and Craig, who are up first, did a great job on this. AJ, slightly less so, but it is a brilliant rant, so stay tuned.
Does F1 need a summer break? Obviously it does. Only an idiot would say no. Whether you're factory based or whether you go to the track, your season starts in early January and it doesn't really finish until the end of December. January is car build, February is testing, and then you're into the long haul flyaway races before you get back to Europe for the April-May start of the European season. You've got an awful lot of time away from home, you've got guys working very punishing schedules, and if you don't give them these couple of weeks off, you're not only damaging them physically and mentally, you're also putting the drivers at risk, basically from people having to work too hard and maybe forgetting what could be an incredibly important part of the car build. So from my opinion, and as somebody who's actually worked several race seasons, it's an absolutely vital part of keeping the show going, keeping them on track and making sure that everything works as it should. Give them a summer break, it's the only fair thing to do.
So when you ask yourself, should the teams have a summer break? Well, as an F1 fan, obviously no. We want races. We don't want to have such a huge gap in the middle of the season. But I think if you asked any team member, they of course would. Well, they look forward to this break every year because they don't get a break throughout the entire season and even the winter testing season. They just don't get any breaks at all. So perhaps actually it points to a bigger problem with the way the sports run across the year. One solution could be, if you look back to the 70s, you had much more spaced out races between January and October. Perhaps we need to go back to something a bit more like that with in-season testing and B-spec cars from last year racing in the new season. A bit more variety then, and also probably less pressure on the team. So yeah, maybe looking back is the new looking forward for this.
Should there be an F1 break? If you'd asked me this question 10 years ago, I'd have said no. The F1 summer break is disruptive from a fan's perspective, and the drivers and the team staff should count themselves lucky to be in Formula One and certainly not expect holidays. But the advent of social media has changed my perception on all of this. Lewis SM reveals that he's headed off to shake his booty in the annual Caribbean Crop Over Festival. But sadly for Lewis, it seems Rihanna wasn't impressed with his advances of yesteryear because she was absent from the Barbados event this year. Her bad was missing the scantily dressed Lewis grinding against some randomer whilst wearing his new York baseball hat. Meanwhile, the other half of Mercedes-AMG F1 driver pairing is spending summer break quality time, according to Twitter, though the accompanying picture is of him and a dog. His wife and kid are nowhere in sight. The only reason I would argue that we should retain the F1 break is because this year, Kimi appears to have gone and lost himself in a place where time and space cease to exist. The Iceman, with the big party reputation, emerged in Tuscany last week, having married some woman called Mintu Virtanen. It appears the new Ferrari contract sadly includes a clause insisting that Kimi now becomes part of the establishment. Although his quadruple world champion years are a distant memory, Seb Vettel has been demonstrating his Germanic work ethic by guest appearing at the Motocross World Championship in Switzerland during his summer break. Vettel's fans' Facebook page also reveals that Sebastian has now conceded Nico Rosberg is more popular than him in Germany because he has nicer hair. Sebastian's replacement in the young and upcoming soon-to-be world champion F1 driver stakes has tweeted pictures of himself in a villa swimming pool, allegedly in the south of France. This unfortunately then resulted in hordes of orange-clad Dutchmen peering over walls of private residences across the entire French Riviera in search of their hero, Max. Now, on to what Max's mate, the honey badger, is up to during the summer break. Well, he told us he was going to the States to hang with some birdies from ours. Well, Jenson Button's nationality has since been brought into question because he and Danny Rick have posted pictures of themselves staying hydrated with Ricky, if you ain't first, you're last, Bobby of Talladega Nights fame. So maybe Danny Rick is taking confidence lessons from Ricky Bobby for his soon-to-resume battle with F1's young upstart. Bobby famously declared, "Here's the deal, I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence." On to F1's Spanish Matador summer break. Well, he clearly hasn't changed his stripes. Sorry about mixing the metaphors. Anyway, once again, when not doing F1 stuff, Fred wants us to know how he is busting his ass training hard, real hard. In, of all places, Palm Springs. Valtteri Bottas has gone to Rio to allegedly support his girlfriend, who is swimming, either for the Finnish team or on Copacabana Beach. We're not sure which. Valtteri might well, though, bump into his teammate, for now, Felipe Massa, who is reported to also be there looking for a retirement home. Daniil Kvyat says he's gone off on the summer break to sort his head out, though at present we're not sure if that will include surgery or not. Meanwhile, the Russian's teammate Carlos Sainz tweets he is chilling whilst hovering above the ocean with jet boots strapped to his feet. Then we come to Sergio Loads of Money Perez, because he's revealed that he's gone to Mexico to discuss his future with his bank of sponsors. So, who dares now to even contemplate the idea of an F1 summer break? You've got to be kidding me. Drivers flying between their tax exiles and factory simulators is hardly riveting. During F1's new and exciting summer break, we can now all sycophantically follow on social media the plethora of images the PR people send to us. And we can vicariously live our lives through our F1 idols and heroes. It's a thumbs up for me for the F1 summer break.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you like what you see, you can subscribe to TJ13 TV. And also, make sure you check out the Judge 13 for all your F1 news and opinion. We'll see you next time.